back in Macon, Georgia to get that first load on this new truck, y'all. We'll be back. What's up everybody? Trust Trucker coming at you for another video. Man, it is hot. I'm tired. I am ragged out. Didn't get here until it shut down till about 3 o'clock last night. Employee John broke down, blew one of them rubber boots for the turbo and all that. So I had to run from Dallas, Georgia, run down to Peterbilt in Jackson, Georgia, grab him a boot. I actually grabbed all 4 of them, all new clamps and everything else. Because when one goes, chances are the other one's not far behind, so let's just replace all of them at one time. So, met him on the side of the road where he was broken down at. Of course, he did most of the changing. He's a mechanic, not me. I don't know squat about trucks. But I hit a light. But yeah, well, we got that changed out, so I'm almost set up with this truck here. Let me show you what I got so far. We have us a nice microwave with a conventional oven in it. We are all set up here, full of stuff, full of food, but I'm working on this panel right here. Yep, I don't have any lights right now because when I bought the truck from TNC, ooh, I got my Yoda sheets back on here. I had to buy a new panel. This panel itself was $355 just for the panel. I'm taking all the switches out of this panel and putting in because TMC had all these pieces right here super glued. You see how that's supposed to be solid? They had these pieces super glued. Well, when Thermo King took it apart to put the APU thermostat in here, you know, put the control panel, it all crumbled apart in all kinds of pieces. I got pieces laying here somewhere. Here's one of them. The other ones I think I already threw away. But now we're trying to get this panel changed over while I'm getting loaded right now. So we'll be back with you, let you know how this load goes and where we're going. Well, y'all, update on the load. Yeah, got loaded, 45,400 pounds, ended up being 79,900. But actually, when I got to the scale, cat scale right down the road showed 80,000 even, like 33,920 on my drives, 13,400 on my freaking steers. 32 plus on the trailer, but you know, I can't move anything on the trailer, and then I can do about that. So yeah, then there's that. And my E-log's messing up. Now, it got installed and it worked fine as far as I can tell, because I was PCing everywhere back and forth from where I parked the truck at to the house to work on it. When I went and PC to Alabama to get truck work done and back, well, it worked fine because it was PC. I go to leave loaded this morning, and gee, guess what? It's still sitting on duty. I'm driving 10 miles an hour, 15 miles an hour, 20 miles an hour. It's still on duty. It never changed. I manually put it into driving, stopped, manually put it in the driving, got moving again, and then it turned around. Next thing I look over, it was back on duty again. But it allowed me to change it while I was driving change it back to driving. So from what I can gather, it's not getting the speed sensor data from the ECM. Now I know the ECM's putting out data because, I mean, it's on my dash right here. So I know the speed sensor's working, but for some reason, it's not getting somewhere between the ECM and the E-log. So we're thinking it's gotta be somewhere in the cable or somewhere, one of the pins or something's not getting the speed sensor to trigger it, saying, hey, he's driving. Great. So, yeah, and it's pouring down rain, and then I'll be darned, before I got to, right after I passed the Petro and all that in Jackson, Georgia, Peterbilt dealer, I heard poof. Turned around, pulled over as quick as I could. Walked around, checked all the tires were good. Popped the hood, a boot right behind the freaking charge air cooler. One of the clamps was loose, or it was actually off of it. It was still around it, but it was completely off the boot, so you could pick the boot up and you could hear the air coming through. So I don't know if maybe it was already loose, or if maybe when they replaced the fan clutch, maybe they pulled that piping out so they can get to it. Maybe they forgot to tighten that one. That could be a possibility, I don't know, but either way, I put it back on and I tightened it down, which it didn't need a lot of tightening. Tightened it back down and everything was fine. So yeah, it is what it is. It's just one of them days. Now I'm not gonna get there till 9 o'clock tonight. Local, well, after 8 o'clock local time. I'm on paper logs. Luckily I have a laptop and a printer, and I actually have the logbook program on my laptop, so I can do a paper log. Because after I noticed it's not working, it's like, okay, now I had to go back and throw the paper log on. So I stopped, took me a 30-minute break, made sure everything was up and good, backtracked the mileage for making and all that, just to make sure. Okay, from here to Jackson, where I stopped and tried playing with it, took it 15 minutes, you know, on the side of the road. I actually pulled into the weigh station. Tried it, still not working. So I'm on paper logs till I can get this figured out. I love paper logs now, don't get me wrong now, I love paper logs. But the E-log still tracks my location. So that's what I'm thinking, it can't be the E-log itself, because the E-log's still tracking my location. It's still tracking my active status of what it says I am on the log. It's just not showing any speed. Like when I was driving on the road, I had them check it out, and it showed 0 miles an hour. It showed my location, but it showed 0 miles an hour. So it's from everything I gather, it's got to be the speed sensor, speed sensing wire, whatever the trigger is that goes between the E-log and the ECM. It's somewhere in there, so I don't know who I get to check that out, but I'll have to find somebody to get that checked out. Got to have an E-log working. It's a newer truck. It's not E-log exempt, so I've got to have an E-log. So we'll see about getting that. But I found me a couple pull-offs to park at. There's one store I saw like 6 miles away from where I deliver at in the morning. It shows on Google Street View, parking $10. It's only room for like 2 trucks to park at this convenience store. And they close at 9, open at 5 in the morning. But there is 2 pull-offs before that where I can see it's a big shoulder where you can get two trucks side by side off of the freaking emergency lane. So there's plenty of room, gravel shoulder, pull off. You can tell people have dropped trailers, pull off on one satellite image or one thing. It shows there's a gooseneck trailer on one of the other ones. So I found 3 places before that store. So that store is the last resort. So I can try this one here. If it doesn't work, okay, then I go on to the next one. If that one's no good, I go on to the next one. If that was no good, then I'll go to the store. So, hey, you know, work smarter, not harder, y'all. Look at your Google satellite images, look at your Google Street Views, and look at pen and see what you see. Get a layout of it. I mean, I'm non-hazmat defoamer. I mean, it ain't no big deal. Well, we made it to shut down for the night. Beautiful little place. It's a little pull-off. Shoulder right here off this 2-lane road. So as y'all can see, we are plenty off the roadway. Got this nice little pond right here. It's all green and everything, but hey, we're here. Got this little old abandoned building right here. So hopefully the homeowner's okay with this, because it looks like this is their driveway. He's got a mailbox right there, and it looks like that's their driveway that runs around, and it runs around up to right over there, because there's a house right behind there. So we're here. We're gonna call it a night, y'all. Like I say, I hope everybody had them a good, safe, blessed weekend, and we will see y'all in the next video, y'all. Woo! Peace out.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.